One of these times I'm gonna get him to go home with me.
We skip out.
He'd probably love that.
I got so many toys.
Feel over there, lady.
Legos, snacks.
Did you push the go live button?
I'm the quintessential grandma house.
Yeah, the part that's live is all right.
Oh man, I'll be glad for
Erwin.
today. This week, maybe.
There you go.
So bad. Like there's no way I could go to work.
Yeah. I'm not going until later today.
I'm just.
Yeah.
I'm just having a terrible.
We need to have the banner go across, experiencing technical difficulties. It used to happen on Saturday morning cartoons.
I know.
I know. Yep.
What? What?
I turned it off.
Okay, that's all right. Let's roll. Okay, good evening, everyone. This is the Mayor's Agenda, City of Hannibal, official public hearing, Tuesday, November 3rd, 2020, 6:45 p.m. Council Chambers. Call this meeting to order. Edie Grotman.
Mayor, Council. So I'm actually going to ask for this to be continued. This issue was opened up at the Planning and Zoning meeting on October 15th. The meeting did have its public hearing at that Planning and Zoning meeting, but that it was continued at that meeting. Additional information that was here during that particular rezoning application.
Okay.
So we are asking to have this continued until the public hearing that could be held on December 1st,
I
6:45.
knew you was gonna do that. When I read all of it,
Yes.
I read the minutes. I'm like,
Will you be asking in a regular meeting to set a public hearing then in the future?
James Lemon said to ask it in the public hearing, to just have it continued, to ask for that public hearing to be held right now during this public hearing.
Very good. So you're requesting a public hearing to be set
December 1st at 5 p.m.
Tuesday, December 1st, 6:45 p.m. Is there a motion?
Make the motion.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's carried. Thank you. With that, we'll go ahead and adjourn the public hearing, and we'll start the regularly scheduled council meeting in about 9 minutes.
did you?
Yeah. Guys.
Oh, yeah, you're live. I got notification. Phone's cracked.
think somebody.
Oh, really good. Good to me. Time?
I saw that. I would have liked to.
Okay, good evening, everyone. This is the Mayor's Agenda, City of Hannibal Official Council Agenda, Tuesday, November 3rd, 2020, Council Chamber, 7 p.m. Ask the clerk to call the roll.
Mayor Pro Tem Dobson,
Here?
Councilmember Cogdill,
Here.
Mayor Hart,
Here.
Councilmember Bowen,
Here.
Welch,
Here.
Beach,
Here.
McCoy.
Here.
Okay, there being a quorum, I'll call this meeting to order. Council, just for your information, we have our city clerk, Angel Zerbonia, our city manager, Lisa Peck, and city attorney, James Lemon, also attending to an owl. I don't know what an owl is supposed to look like, but that isn't the one I seen in school. But hoo, yes. But they are also attending this meeting. They're at home. So if we have any questions or it's necessary to bounce anything off them, they are in attendance.
So we look at that thing when we talk to them?
the owl.
We talked to the owl, I suppose. Our economic development director has graciously set this up for us. You know, it's beyond me. So with that, I would ask that Councilperson Cogdill please do the invocation.
Gracious Heavenly Father, Lord, as we come before you tonight, Lord, just to be in your presence, Lord, to come together in assembly and to do the business of the city, Lord, we just ask that you bless us, Lord, that you give us hearts of compassion and minds of wisdom, Lord, that you would lead us in the right direction for this community and for its citizens, Lord, that we ask that you continue to bless our community, to bless this country and the world, Lord, in the face of COVID, and that you continue to just protect and lead us and guide us and give us wisdom and give us strength to see it through, Father God, but also to bring some ending and comfort and some closure and some answers, Lord, and some relief to what everyone is going through in this entire world right now. We ask that you would watch over this nation tonight on a much important night, Lord, that you just be in the midst of everything that is happening, Lord, and that you just give us all hearts of love and unity, Lord, that we could just see one another with your eyes, Lord, and just love one another with your love. We ask these things in Jesus' name and for his sake. Amen.
Council, at this time, I'd like to welcome Girl Scout Troop 9010. They're here to observe the processes of the city government. That I'd also ask them to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Ladies, thank you very much, and I appreciate you being here this evening. Council, at this time, I would ask for motion to approve the agenda as it is posted this Tuesday, November 3rd. Motion and a second. Any discussion over the agenda items? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's carried. Now requesting a motion to approve the minutes of the closed session meeting of June 16, 2020, and a regularly scheduled council meeting of October 20th, 2020.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That motion's carried. Now requesting a motion to approve the payroll and claims for the second half of October 2020.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion over payroll and claims? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's carried. First item on the agenda at this point, Dan James, Loafers Car Club, requesting street closures for an annual car show. Looks like Saturday, May 8th, 2021. We're getting it out early, aren't we?
Yes, we're trying.
Very good.
Good evening, everyone. Like you said, May 8th is what we're requesting for the car show on Main Street. Pretty much the same thing we've done in the past. There's having major changes or even minor changes that I know of at this time. I'd love Jake to work with me to answer any questions that I can.
Tell you the application is complete and There's no objections by any department heads. Looks like the request, if anyone didn't get to see the application requesting closure of 4th and 5th Streets between Broadway and Center for one evening, need access to the Central Park and restrooms.
I'm sorry. Or the cruise.
Okay, that's for the cruise in. Well, you got two different ones.
There is, there's two.
Let's move up. Street closures, here we are. 6 a.m. to 5 p.m. on May 8th, the car show itself. Street closures, Main Street from Broadway to North, all side streets. Bollards in place but not locked, case of emergency to get cars out. My same information. Looks like staff approves. And is there certificate of insurance in place yet?
Well, I got it this far out.
Outside. Hold harmless insurance, yes.
Yes.
It is.
Okay. So, council, is there any questions for that item?
Mayor, I do have one. On May 8th is Saturday, correct?
That's true.
Yes.
You have the closure at Main Street and at Broadway, and H&B Bank has their drive-through there, and they have some problems when they can't use their drive-through on their hours of business. So I didn't know if you had checked with them, or if we can use a different try besides the bollard and set it back where make sure that H&B can use the drive-through.
We work with them on it every time. We've got
Okay.
a working relationship.
Okay,
We always keep it open so till they close, of course.
perfect. Thank you so much.
Just on the other end, if at all possible, can you leave the drive for the brewery open?
Yes, we've
Drop
done
it
that.
back about a half block.
Done
I've had complaints on that before, and
Yeah, I know.
you know,
At one time there was.
yeah,
True.
different people now, but still they appreciate having their lot open.
We'll do that.
And it's just a matter of everyone working together to make it successfully. So is there a motion to approve?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Motion is second. Any discussion? Not all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's carried. So now we'll go to the one that I was previously hanging on to, the reunion cruise in. September 11th, 2021, 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. Correct. That's the closing of the 4th and 5th Street between Broadway and Center. Again, same information. However, it would be premature to have the certificate of insurance issued out that far. So if there is a motion to approve pending receipt of that, appropriate.
Second.
Motion is second. Any discussion? Not all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's carried.
One question. Remember, we need that insurance information.
Typically, they like it in at least 45 days. Sometimes you can get it 30 days, but if you get it in 45 days ahead, it helps
Okay.
as far as the accounting on this side.
It's 45 days. September 11th.
Yes.
For me.
Yes, Mr. Bates. It is.
Thank you.
Thank you. Jay, I'm sorry, didn't get to call on you to ask anything. Okay, have a good night. Next item on the agenda is Monique McPike for Moe's Lounge. Good evening.
Good evening, Mayor, council members. I did submit a letter.
Yes.
I'm sure you guys kind of briefed over. I'm just, excuse me,
Take a breath. We are all people. It's okay.
My question is I did have an incident in 2011. I've learned my lesson, and I'm just asking for a second chance to be able to make, help not make my business successful. I just know that it will help push me over the edge, and even maybe asking if you guys can revise that ordinance, set a statute of limitations on it, because never in a million years I would have thought that 9 years later would have popped back up on me like that.
Right.
But unfortunately, it does happen, and I'm not trying to say that I didn't do it. I did do it, and I served my part. That is the reason for this evening.
Just on a personal level here, show me a person that hasn't ever made a mistake in their life. Come on, it happens to anyone. That part does. I do understand the situation. I don't disagree with the decision that was made by the department heads up to they followed the letter of the law as they are sworn to. So I fault them in no way for this and for it having to come to us. However, I think there is some discussion here that occurred. I understand the current ordinance is in conflict with state law as far as a look back period. I think the attorney that as well. So you all wish to discuss? And
I do have a question. If we were to revise, do you have a time limit? Or you are not in a hurry to get the license? You could take the time and let the council bring the code up to date and that sort of thing, and then you could apply again after?
Truthfully, honestly, I could. I would like to have them now, but it doesn't, it doesn't work that way. So I'm willing to do whatever.
Because I fully support. I think we definitely need to bring it up to date, and that we should maybe get in line with the state of Missouri. That statute of limitations would definitely be out on that, and if you applied again, you could receive a license. I don't want to jeopardize, because you're obviously trying to start a business, and it's very important, especially right now, to get those kind of things done. But I would love for us to have the opportunity to bring it up to get everything right and give it to you in that way, opposed to go around loopholes and things like that. But I didn't know what your timeline was. I haven't had the opportunity to speak with you or anything, so I didn't know what your timeline was, or if it was an emergency type of situation and that type of thing.
No, my business is open. It is functioning. I had events that I had to have, that I was wanting to plan that would involve, it was adult events, for liquor license, for fundraising things there. So that's the only thing that, we could do away with those and do something different. So that would be the only, time frame.
Well, I don't know if anybody explained it to you, that if we put it on the next council meeting, and then we would do a vote then, and then it would need to come back. So it would probably be, 45 days, month and a half, for we could bring it where it needs to be. So that would be kind of the timeline. I don't know how to explain that to you. That would be kind of the timeline if we looked at correcting it and bringing it in line with the state. Probably take us about 45 days or so to do that.
My personal opinion, I hate to see her lose those 45 days. You've got the holidays coming up. You've got a lot of opportunity for a new business to jump right in there. I think that my personal opinion, if we're going to make ourselves in line with the state, which we should, again, just my vote, single vote, I'd be in favor of giving her a second chance tonight. And then working towards fixing that to alleviate future problems.
Can we talk to the owl?
yes, the wise old owl, James.
James, how could we change our ordinance to come into line with the state, and also grant Ms. McPike's request?
Can you all hear me?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I apparently Mayor Pro Tem Dobson's voice is so low, the speaker is having a little hard time picking you up. You kind of sounded garbled. I understood everything Councilwoman Cogdill said. Could you translate for me, Councilwoman Cogdill? What did he say exactly?
Let me go back, James. I had a mask on, so I was probably muffled, but the question was, how do we comply with what the state statute is and, roll back our city ordinance to not be more strict than the state and also honor Ms. McPike's request? You hear it that time?
I got about every third word there. I think you're asking me about how we would actually put this into effect. Basically, the state law puts in a provision that if you've got a prior alcohol offense, if it's been more than 5 years, that will more or less go off of your record. I've already done the research. I've already read the state law. So basically, it would be pretty simple for me to modify our ordinance to match that 5-year language that's in the state law. Which would bring us in compliance. I could certainly have that ready for the next council meeting, and then obviously you'd have to do 2 readings of that.
What about tonight, James, is getting her approved tonight?
If you're wanting to approve her tonight with the understanding that you're going to make this modification, you do have the ability to instruct HPD that you would want them to go ahead and waive that specific exception based on the ordinance that's going to go into place. I believe that is within your power to make that direction because it would still be in compliance with the existing state law since it's my understanding that her prior liquor conviction was more than 5 years old.
Okay.
Then I would ask if Chief Davis, if you would have a problem with that.
I don't know that I would have. License. It's really not for us to say.
Okay.
We just simply look at criteria. So,
Okay.
Okay.
So at that, I think we need a motion at this point. I'll go
If
ahead.
we're going to change the ordinance in 45 days, there's not much reason to wait until then. I'll make the motion
There you
to
go.
accept Mrs. Pike's business license appeal.
Or liquor license.
Liquor license appeal, I'm sorry.
Okay. So therefore, your motion is to allow the issuance of the liquor license.
Correct.
Okay. Based on the upcoming change or projected change in the ordinance. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion is second. Any discussion?
No?
Hearing none. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
I'd like to make a motion to have James amend the current ordinance and bring it next council meeting.
A second.
Motion is second. James, for you to affect those changes to bring the ordinance in to mirror those of the state statute as far as the look-back period. Any discussion? Hearing none. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That motion's carried. You are successful.
Congratulations.
Good luck.
Good luck.
And good luck.
Thank you. And you guys have to come and see me, okay?
We will.
Not
And
here.
again, I want to stress to you, department heads, police and things, they did what they're supposed to do. They followed the rules. And just like anyone else, they have to follow the rules set before them. They're not above those. And the only governing body that can change those would be your council. And as a citizen, when you have things like this come up, council is who you come to. Not always are we able to do these things, but in certain circumstances, it can be done. If you'd had 10 convictions in the last year, we'd say, really?
Right.
But-
I wouldn't even waste my time.
Well, thank you very much. I wish you the most success, okay?
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
We're all kind of happy for you.
Okay. The next item would have been James Lemon, the city attorney.
Mayor, the chief's trying to get you.
Sorry.
The tax money.
The,
That's still gotta be paid.
I think it was tax money because she had some taxes she owed.
Yeah.
I didn't know. They grab her and she can address that.
That's,
I understood that had been
That
paid.
as well.
no, that's been corrected.
It's been
That has
corrected.
been
Yes, it
Yes.
has. Yes. Okay, the next item on the agenda is James Lemon, city attorney. However, the matter that he would have been speaking to was tabled, and the public hearing is set for the December 3rd meeting, so we'll move on past that. Next item on the agenda is Lisa Peck, the city manager, by the Hoot Owl, in regards to the city-owned property 109 Virginia. City manager, can you hear us?
Yes, good evening. The city has been approached through Corey Mahaffey by Three Diamond Development LLC, who is proposing a reuse of St. Elizabeth's Hospital. They're looking at a development that would consist of 1 and 2 bedroom units restricted to seniors at 50 to 60% of yearly median income. They have submitted a letter of intent that they would like executed, and then they would begin the process of applying next year. Their application, what differentiates it from other previous applications, is they're applying for the expanded low-income housing tax credits as opposed to historic tax credits, because historic tax credits at the state level are still not really in play. But the expanded low-income housing tax credits would fill that gap.
Okay, and that would be Resolution 2304-20 to follow. Any discussion, we can take it up at that time. Is there anything else, city manager?
Nope, that's what I have for this evening.
Okay, very good. Thank you very much. Ryan Nyson, Deputy Fire Chief.
Mayor, council.
Good evening.
Here tonight for bid approval on our thermal imaging cameras that we received through the Assistance to Firefighters grant. We received one bid, closed bid process. It was for a total of $38,541.55 through Sentinel Emergency Solutions, St. Louis. The project is 95% funded through the AFG grant. Our portion would be $1927.08. Any questions?
Just one, you opted for a option, the electronic thermal throttle. Can you tell me what that does?
It's for temperatures less than 500 degrees. It's able to tell the difference. It's kind of like a low temperature setting, I guess.
Okay, so it's a lower scale.
Yeah.
That's what's offered on the standard cam.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Motion to approve.
Second.
I think so.
No, it should be a bid approved bid award.
No.
Okay, so there's motion and second. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's carried. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next item on the agenda is Edie Grotman, DPW Management Assistant.
Good evening again. I have one agenda item tonight. It is the selling of city property known as 1200 Clark Street. Myra Oppie and Stephen Nelson Jr. wish to purchase this property. We acquired it through a Marion County trustee tax sale. People that own are Myra Oppie and Stephen Nelson own the property at 1518 East Street. It's adjacent to this property. They plan on tearing down the structure early spring, doing a minor sub, combining the two lots. So we're looking to sell it for $500 plus closing cost. This property is on our building commission list on pending demo now, so it will be an asset to the city if we follow through with it. So we do have a resolution to follow. this one tonight. Any questions?
Very good.
Thank you so much.
Thanks. Next item on the agenda would be Andy Dorian, but I believe someone's here in his stay. Aaron?
So you have me from the park side, but from Parks Department standpoint, we enjoy this project as well. This is, we opened bids for the second phase of the Primar Road Sidewalk project. This goes from Bay Avenue all the way to Riverview Park. 4 bids were opened, and the low bid was from RL Persons Construction for $359,999. Also, 2009 did receive a MoDOT grant for almost $300,000 to go towards this project, and it was budgeted around $400,000 for this project in particular. So construction looking either in the winter or the spring, depending on that. So Public Works recommends bid from Persons Construction.
Do you know if this is the same contractor as the first phase?
No, it's not. That was D&L Excavating.
I was just curious.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's carried.
Thank you.
Great. Glad to see that project complete.
Been a long time coming.
Yes. Okay, council, we have before us now Resolution 2304-20. I need a motion to have the clerk read this resolution, call the roll for adoption.
I'll move.
Second.
Motion is second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's carried.
Resolution number 2304-20, a resolution of the City of Hannibal conditionally authorizing the mayor execute a letter of intent between the city and 3 Diamond Development, LLC, for 109 Virginia at no cost for rehabilitation and reinvestment of long blighted city-owned property into senior housing. Mayor Pro Tem Dobson,
Yes.
Councilmember Cogdill,
Yes.
Mayor Hart,
Yes.
Councilmember Bowen,
Yes.
Welch,
Yes.
Beach,
Yes.
and McCoy.
Yes.
I declare Resolution 2304-20 duly approved and adopted on this day. We now have Resolution 2305-20. I need a motion to have the clerk read this resolution, call the roll for adoption.
So moved.
Motion is second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's carried.
Resolution number 2305-20, a resolution of the City of Hannibal authorizing the mayor to execute a special warranty deed and agreement for transfer of real estate for the sale of city-owned property known as 1200 Clark Street to Myra Oppie and Stephen Nelson in the amount of $500 plus cost. Mayor Pro Tem Dobson,
Yes.
Councilmember Cogdill,
Yes.
Mayor Hart,
Yes.
Councilmember Bowen,
Yes.
Welch,
Yes.
Beach,
Yes.
and McCoy.
Yes.
I declare Resolution 2305-20 duly approved and adopted on this day. Council, we're now asking to go into closed session in accordance with RSMO 610.021, paragraph 1, 2, and 12, admitting myself, council, city manager, city attorney, city clerk,
Corey, Ken,
and who else?
Ken and Wendell.
Ken, and Police Chief Lindell, and yes, since you're acting clerk, will involve you as well. Okay? So therefore,
Mayor,
yes.
did you include the city manager and the city attorney?
Well, let's go ahead and admit you to. If I failed to, I'm sorry. We admit the hoot owls as well. There we go. Is there a motion to approve?
Second.
Motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Mayor Pro Tem Dobson,
Yes.
Councilmember Cogdill,
Yes.
Mayor Hart,
Yes.
Councilmember Bowen,
Yes.
Welch,
Yes.
Beach,
Yes.
and McCoy.
Yes.
Okay. Motion is cleared. Thank you very much. We will now. So do we have to move the